Uh-oh, Chad. Are we gonna wait for it? You better wait for it, Danny D. It's just about to happen. 3 in the middle, Chad. Come on, 3 in the middle. One, 2, 3 in the middle. All right, now. You would almost think I planned it like that, but no. It's just how it happened in real time. Oh, boy. Off we go again with part 2 of the November 20th, 1977 Dr. Demento show. Funny Songs show. Anything else I need to say? No? Can't think of anything. Come on, I'm here. I made the light. Come on. Ah. Missed it by like 3 seconds. Have to stop for gas. Was going to get gas last night here, but the Arco here is still up at $2.69. Now I know I can get it for $2.55, maybe even cheaper now in Fontana. Wait for it. There it is. Now see, today it came early. Sometimes it comes before this dip. Usually it comes after this dip here. What dip? This dip. Dip. Thank you. I think I will just roll right through the light. The world is still dealing with the illness, so hopefully traffic will be light again. I mean, I'm not glad that that's the reason why traffic is light. I'm not glad that that's supposedly the reason why gas has gone down. But if I gotta look for a ray of sunshine in the clouds, I guess those are 2. There's also some extra songs on this CD. Part 2 of the show we're listening to. I guess when Tim Ryan transferred the tapes to CD for me, whenever he had some extra time, he just threw on a couple of different songs that he had laying around. Sometimes they were songs that, because of the tape that I gave him not having complete versions, he would go ahead and stick a complete version on the end of the CD, which was nice of him. I think that happened yesterday. there was a song that was messed up, and so after he'd finished transferring the tape version, he stuck a nice clean version of it on at the end. Along with a couple of other songs. Alright, here we go. Too much silence. Let's get some music.
Drip, 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 or Sloppy Lagoon. Spike Jones and the City Slickers with Del Water on the Brain Porter on the vocal on that one. Sloppy Lagoon on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET, along with Thorndike Pickle Dish from Seattle. Robert O. Smith, he's an AM disc jockey, does mornings up there, and he did that one under the name of Thorndike Pickle Dish. Did others like Sinister Lunch Meat under the name of Dr. Zinger. Thorndike Pickle Dish and the Ballad of Walter Ward on the Dr. Demento Show. We're going to have Tom Waits live in the studio about an hour from now, and about 3 minutes from now, Damaskas is going to sing a song and tell us some very interesting things about rock and roll that I didn't know before. And also coming up soon, Steve Martin and the Little Blue Man and the Reluctant Dragon.
Keep in mind, this is Damaskas' first appearance live in the studio. On the other side, with the other side, one of the other tapes, the thing was, earlier today when I decided to take this set of tapes to work, I had no idea what was on it. And earlier this evening when I was on the show getting ready for work, I was thinking about Jubilation Tea Corn Pone. What do I hear when I get to work and start listening to Dr. Demento? Whoa, dude, trip me out. Oh, it's the 16th of August of 2004, by the way. Thank you.
This is obviously one of the times when I would switch next door to KLOS during a commercial just to listen to some music. I just hope I didn't come back too late for Dr. Demento.
In fact, this year's Pinto Runabout.
Live on the studio here. We had him for the first time out at Huntington Park when we did our show there, but this is the debut here in Metro Media Square for Damaskas Holiday. Say hello, Damaskas.
Hello, everybody out there.
You're on the air. Strum the guitar, so let's see if they can hear that.
Can you hear
Okay.
the guitar out there.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yell louder so that Damaskas knows you can hear him.
Oh, I heard that.
Okay, let's have a song.
Okay, I think I should explain to you people now that I've really been into the piano lately, and I haven't been playing the guitar for quite a while. And it's not that my guitar playing has gone stale or anything, but there are a lot of songs I've been writing recently that you can't really play on the guitar. So the only things I really know how to play with the guitar are my old ones that are kind of controversial. I've kind of been getting out of that lately, and I've been writing clean songs and sprucing up the reputation lately. But the song you're going to hear now is one of my older ones, the ones that most people like to get their children out of the room before I start playing. So I just
It isn't really.
yeah, I just thought I'd give you that warning in advance. Anyhow,
A PG
Okay.
rated too.
okay, I'll give it a PG rating, whatever.
And the title?
And the title of this song, I guess you can call it There's Just No End. Alright? It seems there's just no end to the things you can do without any friends. A party date has just been cited. All my friends are so excited. Too bad I was not invited to share in their wealth. I'm content to sit at home and do it with myself. 2, 3, 4, they'll have fun, but I will have more. Like a prison full of locks, trapped inside a little box. But soon I will be off the rocks. I don't need no one else. I'm content to sit at home and do it with myself. I'll fry myself a steak 3 inches thick because it's tough. I'll turn the stove up all the way, that should be enough. And if the meat still won't surrender, I will stick it in the blender. Then I'll beat it till it's tender and good for my health. Cooking is a lot of fun, I'll do it with myself. 6, 7, 8, gotta admit it sure feels great. To cheat myself would be obscene, and I know where to put the queen. Right between the jack and kings is where she should be dealt. Solitaire's a lot of fun, I'll play it with myself. And if the meat still isn't quite as moist as I would wish, I'll take a walk down to the pier and try to catch a fish. I'll bait the line right to the caster, then I'll get results much faster at applying bait. I am a master. When that clock strikes 12, you'll find me at the docks. I'll be fishing off the rocks. I'll be playing with my catch and doing it with myself. Doing it with myself.
All right, Damaskas. And that song was pure as the driven snow, except you've lived in LA all your life, right? So,
That's right. I think I should explain to you how that song was written.
maybe we should just let it be a mystery.
Okay.
Cooking and card playing and fishing lessons from Damaskas Holiday.
No, really, I was listening to a Ruth Wallace song one day, and I just got into those songs that had double meaning, but...
Well, we'll just let the
Yeah.
rest of that be a mystery, I think.
Okay.
Damaskas has unraveled a lot of other mysteries. We were talking the other night about rock and roll songs, and he's figured out, I don't know if you could call this plagiarism, but there are a lot of songs that, if you really think about it, that sound like other songs, more than perhaps the composers dreamed.
Okay, I would like to give you a little demonstration in that right now on the guitar. Okay?
Yep.
This is, very briefly, variations on the same theme. What I'm going to start out to play, you're going to think you've already heard. but the second verse is going to be somewhat different, and so is the third, and, well, I'll just let it speak for itself, okay?
Okay.
Here goes. Dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies aren't much fun. Let's see what else we can do with that. I bless the day I found you. I'll always stay around you, now and forever. Let it be me. You and I must make a pledge. And well, let's see.
Okay.
If you ever find someone new, he'd better be good to you. Just call my name, I'll be there. Listen, people, to what I say. Everybody's got to have their day. Oh yeah, I tell you something, I think you'll understand when I say that something. I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand.
What you can do with a few chords.
Yes,
All right.
the same chords to 5 different songs.
And Gary
actually.
Gilmore's eyes is just like...
Oh yeah, that's the same thing as looking through Gary Gilmore's eyes. Is also nothing can change the shapes of things to come from the
All right.
movie Wild in the Streets.
And now that monkey song, right? How
Oh
about
yeah,
yourself?
now you step in the stone.
Okay, a little more than meets the eye. Okay. Thank you very much, Damaskas.
Sure.
He'll be back a little later on during the top 10. We'll bring him on to sing 1 or 2 more songs. Damaskas, of course, is the fellow who wrote the answer yes, yes to Sulu's favorite no, no. And coming on in, less than an hour, about 45 minutes, Tom Waits will be live right here in the studio. Right now, on record, 45 RPM, if you please, Betty Johnson, the Little Blue Man.
One morning when I was out shopping, though you will find it hard to believe, a little blue man came out of the crowd and timidly tugged at my sleeve. I love you, said the little blue man. I love you to bits. I love you. He loved me, said the little blue man, and scared me right out of my wits. I hurried back to my apartment. I rushed in and I closed the door. But there on the desk stood the little blue man, who started to tell me once more. I love you, said the little blue man. I love you to bits. I love you. He loved me, said the little blue man, and scared me right out of my wits. For weeks after that I was haunted, though no one could see him but me. Right by my side was the little blue man, wherever I happened to be. I love you. One evening in wild desperation, I rushed to a rooftop in town, and over the side pushed the little blue man, who sang to me all the way down. I love you, said the little blue man. I love you to bits. I love you. He loved me, said the little blue man, and scared me right out of my wits. I whispered, thank
by the sea. I met a rather charming chap who asked me into tea. It seemed he was a dragon, you know, the kind with wings, teeth and tails and claws and scales and all those dragon-like details. I admit I jumped a bit when he began to sing.
Oh, I'm the reluctant dragon, what ho, what so, the very reluctant dragon. Oh, very, very, don't you know? They call me the timid dragon, what rot, I'm not. I just won't sign, I'd rather play. I know I shan't get hurt that way. Here we go gathering nuts in May. Whoops, I'm
After we had sipped our tea, a thought popped in me head. A dragon here, by Jove, that's queer, he really should be dead. I say, look here, I said, aren't you a bit extinct? Then the blighter gave a cry, and he did bosom with a sigh, wiped a teardrop from his eye, then blushed and coyly winked. Then he told of knights of old, it seems they were the bunk. They barged about in suits of tin and other sundry junk. The maidens fair with flaxen hair just littered up the place. Then they asked him into tea, which happened jolly frequently. He would sigh reproachfully and put them in their place.
Oh, I'm the reluctant dragon, what ho, quite so, the very reluctant dragon. Oh, very, very, don't you know? They call me the timid dragon, what rot, I'm not. When others fight, I run away. It's just because I'm built that way, for I'm to be queen and rule today. Whoops, I'm reluctant.
Night wore on, we talked and told of many, many things, of fish and chips and cricket bats and kidney pies and kings. At break of day I slipped away for Ipswich by the sea, and no matter where I am, in Piccadilly or Siam, when I have my tea and jam, the song comes back to me.
Oh, I'm the reluctant dragon, what ho, quite so, the very reluctant dragon. Oh, very, very, don't you know? They call me the timid dragon, what rot, I'm not. I'm much too shy to will and coo, so you chase me and I'll chase you. Roses are red and violets are blue. Whoops, I'm reluctant.
That's Sammy K. Swing and Sway with Sammy K. and the Reluctant Dragon from a Walt Disney movie there, with vocal by George Gingell and Maury Cross playing the part of the Reluctant Dragon. Betty Johnson and the Little Blue Man on the Dr. Demento Show, KMET in Los Angeles.
You know, folks, when I was a kid, I was very close to my grandmother. And she used to sing a song to me when I was so high, and it's always meant something to me. And I'd like to do it for you right now because it does have meaning in today's world. Even all these years, you know, even during the hip drug days, you know, when everybody was supposed to be so cool and everything had double meanings. And this little simple tune would keep coming back to me. I think it kind of guided me through those years. And I'd like to do this song for you right now. I think it might have a little meaning for you.
Be courteous, kind, and forgiving. Be gentle and peaceful each day. Be warm and human and grateful. Have a good thing to say. Be thoughtful and trustful and childlike. Be witty and happy and wise. Be honest and love all your neighbors. Be obsequious, purple and clairvoyant. Be pompous, obese, and eat cactus. Be dull and boring and omnipresent. Criticize things you don't know about. Be oblong and have your knees removed. Be tasteless, rude, and offensive. Live in a swamp and be three-dimensional. Put a live chicken in your underwear. Get all excited and go to a yawning festival. Okay, everybody. Be courteous, kind, and forgiving. Be courteous, kind, and forgiving. Good. Be gentle and peaceful each day. Gentle and peaceful each day. Be warm and human and grateful. Be warm and human and grateful. And have a good thing to say. And have a good thing to say. Be thoughtful and trustful and childlike. Everybody in this. Be thoughtful and trustful and childlike. Be witty and happy and wise. Be witty and happy and wise. Be honest and love all your neighbors.
Be obsequious, purple, and clairvoyant. Let him hear you outside. Be pompous, obese, and eat cactus. Everybody sing. Be pompous, obese, and eat cactus. Be dull and boring and omnipresent. Be dull and boring and omnipresent. Criticize things you don't know about. Criticize things you don't know about. Be oblong and have your knees removed. Be oblong and have your knees removed. Ladies only, be tasteless, rude, and offensive. Now the men, live in a swamp and be three-dimensional. Everybody, put a live chicken in your underwear. Put a live chicken in your underwear. Go into a closet and suck eggs. Go into a closet and suck eggs.
Demented Steve Martin and his banjo, and the grandmother song that's from his Let's Get Small album on the Dr. Demento Show, KMET. Steve didn't say how old his grandmother is, but kind of reminded me of this next song, which is on a record that's so old it's got blue shellac instead of black. Well, actually, it only goes back to 1933. For a couple of years, Columbia made Royal Blue Records, thinking that pretty blue records would help boost up sagging record sales to the Depression. Well, they didn't, but they're nice-looking records anyway, and in this case, at least nice-sounding ones. Ted Lewis and his band, with a rare coterie of jazzmen, Muggsy Spanier on cornet, George Bruni's on the trombone, and Benny Goodman on the clarinet. And here they all go with a nice tune called 10,000 Years Ago.
About 10,000 years ago. And there's little in this world that we don't know. We saw Peter, Paul, and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses, and we'll lick the guy that says, ain't so. Ain't so. We saw Satan when he looked the garden o'er. We saw Eve and Adam driven from the door. From behind the bushes peeping, saw the apples they were eating. And we'll swear we're the guys that ate the core. When he was within the whale, and we thought he'd never live to tell the tale. But old Jonah eating garlic, and he gave the whale a colic, so he combed him up and let him out of jail. Out of jail.
Everyone's happy with porch soup. Both types happy with
Butch Soap, move that grime in record time with the big Butch bar of Butch Soap. Yeah, this is jolly good. Yes, that should be fine. Ah, hello. Do come in. Sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
So good of you to spare the time. My wife's going to be furious not to have met you. She's a great fan of yours.
Well, that's nice.
I'm under strict orders to get your signed photograph.
Well, we can fix that. There you go.
Splendid. She will be bucked.
Oh, really? You have a script?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, not every day one meets a star. Right, here we are. Now then, did we tell you,
Well, they said soap. You need the voice, right?
Yes, it's Butch Soap.
Pardon me?
Butch Soap.
That's the name of it.
Yes.
Terrific.
You see, what happens is, in the commercial, the camera sort of sees four situations. First situation is the executive, you see, is washing his hands in a luxurious bathroom.
Just his hands.
That's right. And your voice says, there are men. You see? That's what your voice says. Yes. And then we see a lot of rugger players in the bath.
How's that?
Rugby players, you know, rugby, it's a game. They throw the ball to each other.
In the bath?
No, the bath comes after the game.
Oh, they all bath together.
Oh yes, it's traditional.
That's nice.
And of course they sing.
Of course.
And when we see them in the commercial, you say, and men. You see, that's what you say, and men. Then we see this little chap, you see, who can just reach the hand basin, washing his face. Actually, we used my son in the film. He did awfully well.
Cute.
And then your voice gets a sort of a little bit warmer, and you say...
And men.
Correct, you see. And then the last shot of the whole commercial is this very handsome man taking his shower under a waterfall.
Under a waterfall?
Yeah, well, it was quite a small fall, actually, in Scotland. Oh, damn cold. Poor fellow went blue. Had to play with the old film a bit.
I'll bet. So all I see is, there are men, and men, and men, and men, right?
Well, no. Then you sing our little jingle.
I get to sing?
Didn't they tell you?
Well, they said I'd get to sing one time before, but it never happened.
Oh, it is ever so simple. I'll sing it through for you. This also, by the way, this is Barry on the piano.
What's happening, Barry?
Oh, you know Barry?
Yeah, I know Barry. He's beautiful.
Oh, fine. Oh, good. Well, here we go. Everyone's happy with Butch Soap. Both times happy with Butch Soap. Move that grime in a record time with the big Butch bar of Butch Soap. And then you say, for the man who knows where the action is.
I do.
Perhaps you'd like to run it through here. I beg your pardon?
Just a minute, man. Okay. There are men, and men, and men, and men. Everyone's happy with Butch Soap. Last time sloppy with, but wait a minute. I can't say that, man. I mean, face it, baby. I don't even play rugby. I mean, it's not really my image. I think you got the wrong guy for this gig, sweetheart. I'll see you. Ciao, baby.
Well, as you wish, but your representative and I have been talking in terms of $250,000.
Everyone's happy with Butch Soap. Bath time sloppy with Butch Soap. Move that grime in record time with a big Butch bar of Butch Soap. For the man who knows where the action is.
That's Yin and Yang, knowing where the action is on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET. We know where the dementia is. Tom Waits will be along in less than a half an hour, and we're going to talk about some of Tom's favorite records and play them for you right here. Yes, indeed. All right, that was Yin and Yang with Butch Soap, and before that, Ted Lewis and 10,000 years ago, Steve Martin with a grandmother's song on KMET.
I noticed that Chad's favorite sound happened right there at the end of that last recording, and it sounded like I'll have to go back and listen. It sounded like it was perfectly timed when Yin said we were talking about $250,000, and then you heard Chad's ding, almost as though a light bulb went off in the guy's head, and then he started saying everything. What's up? Well, it's the way it sounded to me.
Don't miss Home Free, 5 to 6 p.m. every Monday on KMET, a commercial-free hour with Bob Coben and Hot Rock and Roll. Brought to you by Fun Productions, who present the International Skateboard Expo, Wednesday, November 23rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Santa Monica Civic, featuring Bob Moore, men's freestyle champion, Ellen Berryman, women's freestyle champion, and Bobby Piercy, world slalom champion. Don't miss this exciting evening of demonstrations and exhibits, Wednesday, November 23rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Santa Monica Civic. Another fun production, and don't forget Bob Coben with Home Free, Mondays on KMET.
Alright, Dr. Demento here on KMET. I didn't really mean to play this next one right after the commercials, but that's somehow how it works out. This has to do kind of with the way that people sold things and talked about selling things, 30 or 40 years ago, but a lot of it still applies today. This is a comedian of those days by the name of John Ryan, also known on records as Joe Rhines, and he's going to sing a song called I Can Get It For You Wholesale.
Now there's a certain fellow everybody knows. He lives way up in the Bronx. When he went to school, he must have specialized in some form of economics. 'Cause if you ever happen to be near, it's 10 to 1 he'll whisper in your ear. Hey, if you want a suit that's nifty, don't pay $27.50. I can get it for you wholesale. If you're contemplating marriage, don't you get a baby carriage. I can get it for you wholesale. I can get you anything you'll want from A to Z. And I'll guarantee you that you'll almost buy it free. Say, if you need an operation, Dr. Corn is my relation. I can get it for you wholesale. If you're planning your vacation, save yourself some aggravation. I can get it for you wholesale. If you'd like to hear some scandal, there is nothing I don't handle. I can get it for you wholesale. You go to a cabaret and think you get a thrill. For a kiss you give a girl a $20 bill. Hey, if you want to get some kisses, come on down and meet my missus. I can get it for you wholesale. String it, white chick, string it. If you want peanuts, plain or salted, chocolate milk or even malted, I can get it for you wholesale. You could go and get neuritis or a first class appendicitis, but I can get it for you wholesale. If you get a ticket from a traffic cop someday, I can get a discount for the fine you'll have to pay. Say,
I say, stop the tape, please!
Well, there you go. There's a perfect example of me begging you to stop the tape before it breaks.
Turn on the TV here. It's in the mail. Phone bill, gas bill, electric bill, water bill, letter from my girlfriend. Let me see here. I wonder what she has to say.
Dear Harry, The fact that we've just had a great summer makes this letter even more difficult to write.
Oh.
I've been talking with my parents, and we've decided that you'll...
I'll finish this later. Ah, here's something. Yeah, it's one of these records like they put in the middle of National Geographic.
Hello. Whether you know it or not, you've just put the needle down on a very important record. This flimsy, nondescript piece of vinyl-like material will allow you to test the reproductive abilities of your current stereo equipment. If you're like most people,
that's me.
Your present method of musical reproduction leaves a lot to be desired. To find out, let's try these simple tests. First, here's a 60 cycle tone.
I don't hear anything.
You couldn't hear anything, could you? How about this 1,000 cycle tone?
Boy, this is terrible.
Still nothing. This is worse than I thought. Try this 7,000 cycle tone.
Gee, maybe I'm going deaf.
Couldn't hear that one either, eh? Well, it could be you're going deaf. The trouble with your sound isn't always with your equipment, you know.
Oh my God, I've gone deaf.
Just a little joke by my engineer there. Let's move on now to the concept of stereo separation. At this point, I'm talking to you from your left speaker. Okay, now I'm moving over to you. Your left channel.
What's wrong with this thing?
Please do not strike your present music system, as this will only make the record stick. Chord stick. Finally, we come to the proof of the pudding, the listening. First, take one of your favorite records, one that you think truly represents the state of the art in sound reproduction.
Here's one I think I'll use. This has pretty good sound. Gee, that sounds pretty bad. I just bought it yesterday, too.
Now, through the use of an electronics process known only to a handful of audio engineers, let's simulate what that same record would sound like when played back on a new stereo system from Stereotypes.
It's amazing. What a difference. Gee, I wonder if a new system would do anything for my Iron Butterfly records.
Warning. Do not try this process with any late 60s or early 70s heavy metal rock groups, as this may damage both our equipment and your brain.
Oh.
You have now been introduced to the first of many delights of owning a new stereo system from Stereotypes. You'll hear ethereal sound. Thrillingly realistic lifestyle scenarios.
Everybody wants to tell the president what to do. And, boy, he needs to be told.
And you'll hear the bold, vibrant, pulsating fidelity of your favorite music. Yes, the pleasure you receive from your new Stereotype system will be almost limitless. For example, you would never have been able to experience sounds like this. That was Gerald Ford taking his morning constitutional. Now that you know all about stereo, how about stereo buy? Stereotypes would like to give you 12% off on your next stereo purchase. To find out about this special offer, you have your choice of 3 distinct selling approaches.
Okay, let's see. Hard sell.
You don't come down here right now. I'm gonna drop this 50-pound Bang & Olufsen receiver amplifier on top of my dog Spot.
Oh my gosh.
And it's gonna be on your conscience.
Oh, that's no good. Listen, how about this right here, the soft sell?
After a long, hard day at the office, there's nothing I like more than a cocktail.
Yeah?
Some romantic music played on high-fidelity stereo components.
Yeah?
And the sight of a massive, throbbing...
Yeah. Let me give it one last try here. Let's try the honest cell.
And she was pumped up for 2 whole weeks. Look, friends, I've got so many stereos down here that the ones in the back have got to be registered in Arizona. Now, friends, you bring this record down here to Stereotypes right now and you'll get a 12% discount on any stereo purchase. That's right, 12% on any stereo. This offer expires November 15th, so you better hurry your buns on down here right now. And now, back to our movie, already in progress.
Rosebud.
Not now, Spot. Please, stop while we're on TV. Hi, we hope you're enjoying our movie starring Wayne Newton and Truman Capote.
That's the fabulous Deluxe Brothers from Santa Barbara and Stereotypes on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET in Los Angeles. Here's John Hartford.
I'm gonna see you get that golden globe award for those golden globes of yours, they're so fine. So round, so firm, so fully packed, just right for my hand. Makes me wanna go around and around your world and then go around again. I'm gonna see you get that golden globe award for both of your globes. And you can put them in my face just any old time. Oh, those golden globes ain't none better. I gotta have them both, 'cause they both go together. Gonna see you get that golden globe award. I'm gonna see you get that golden globe for those golden globes of yours, and they're so neat. The finest globes I know about or know I've ever seen. In or out a penthouse movie or Playboy magazine. I'm gonna see you get that golden globe award for both of your globes. Now you can put them in my face just any old time. All those golden globes, they ain't none better. I gotta have them both, 'cause they both go together. Gonna see you get that golden globe award. I'm gonna see you get that golden globe award for those golden globes of yours. Oh, they're so fine. This morning when you took your bath and stood in the sun to dry, I was inspired when I looked up and saw them in the sky. I'm gonna see you get that golden globe award for both of your globes. You can put them in my face just any old time. All those golden globes both of your sunbeams. I'm gonna see you across the
Oh, sorry, I'm going to stop there because we won't hear that whole song. Did you see what I was showing you? There was a ladybug crawling across the windshield, and it went down underneath the hood, stupid thing. So now I don't know if it's going to get cooked or if it just went down there to get warm. Maybe I'll see it laying there dead next time I open the hood. I was hoping it was going to crawl in front of you, but then I saw it making a U-turn, so I thought, oh, I'll just pull the camera down and hopefully not mess up the music too much and show you a close-up. And then it walked away. A ladybug. Does that mean I get good luck? I don't have any luck. Look at this. There's no place to park in here. What the frick? Oh, I see. Gas went down again, huh? Gas went down again, huh, y'all? $2.47. That means it's actually cheaper. Is this guy leaving? What's this guy doing? He's got his car running. I don't know. Somebody's got to leave eventually. See if somebody leaves here. Is this guy leaving or not? I can't tell who's fucking leaving, who's staying. Well, that asshole's going into the store. No, she's getting into her car. Good. Hurry up and leave. You dumb bitch, hurry up and leave. Alright, now this guy's leaving, so I'm going to go in front of you. Screw you, I waited long enough for you. Now I'm coming over here. Perfect. Yeah, gas went down again. It was $2.55 when I was here the other day. Now it's $2.47. That's cheaper than when I first started driving. Wow. Shit, now everybody's leaving. When I got here, this place was packed. Now like 6 cars have left already. When I say this is cheaper than when I first started driving, no. When I first started driving, gas was like under $1. I'm talking about when I first started making this long-ass commute 5 years ago. Gas was $2.49 when I started. Now it's $2.47. Taking me 5 years to get cheaper gas. It's done nothing but go up since then. It stayed at $2.49 in that range for quite a while, and then like 2 or 3 years ago it started really shooting up there. Almost got up to $4 a gallon, I think. I had a little less than 3/4 of a tank, so this might be still a $25 fill-up. Piece of crap didn't give me a receipt. But it was $25, $24.65 plus 35 cents processing fee or whatever the hell they call it. I filled it right up to the top too. Now I gotta go all the way back around the station. Maybe not. Maybe I can squeeze out of here by going backwards. Or nobody comes zooming into that driveway there. There, dude, you can take my spot. And he did, too. Uh-oh, are we going to make this light? Just barely. No, not just barely. Time to spare. How about that? Alright, back to the show.
Kristen Mims on KMET Los Angeles.
Memory plans. Oh, whoa. Mother Nature's very delight. You can't make cream of butter 'cause it's just a human udder, a natural mammalian sight. Do you wanna pay to take a peek at what drives men insane? Well, they're in anthropos galore, and I'm sure that you'll adore 'em. Cave women have the same two simple memory plans. Whoa, whoa, Mother Nature's dairy delight. You can't make cream of butter 'cause it's just a human udder, a natural mammalian sight. The men decided that a certain shape stands out more than the rest. Well, they made such a major issue, women stuffed their bras with tissue, their shoulders back to look their best, show off their memory plans. Oh, oh, Mother Nature's dairy delight. You can't make cream of butter 'cause it's just a human udder, a natural mammalian sight. Well, if you're more than 36, you are desirable. So don't be shy, they'll pay. Oh, once you finally sold out, you may get a centerfold out. They take your doctor on the way with famous memory plans. Whoa, whoa, Mother Nature's dairy delight. You can't make cream of butter 'cause it's just a human udder, a natural mammalian sight. It's a multi-million-dollar enterprise, but no one knows what it's about. If we think before we buy, we bust them if we want to buy it. We might stand up and shout, they're only memory plans. Whoa, whoa, Mother Nature's dairy delight. You can't make cream of butter 'cause it's just a human udder, natural mammalian sight. Natural mammalian sight.
I'm a better kisser than anybody. I know. I used to be a bugler. My goodness. Look, come here. What's all this hey stuff? Well, me and my wife just bought a farm. Hey! Wait a minute, just a minute, Connie. You bought a farm? Yes. Why? Well, I bought it from the real estate man. And he's just ready with my wife. He said he'd like to get her alone. Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Yeah. Look, I'm going to get my wife alone. No. He said he wanted to get her alone in the bank. What do I care? A loan in the bank, a loan in the car. What's the difference? He's my wife. You don't understand. He what's wrong with that?
You mean trying to lie?
No. A lead is a mark. You have to go through escrow.
I can go through escrow, pensions.
No. When you got your farm, you go through escrow.
No, I went through first bank and nothing.
You're a fine one to buy a farm. How much did you pay down?
Well, the guy wanted $50, then he came down to 40, so he can take 30, so I get 10.
Look.
That's the way I do business. No Switzerland.
I don't see why you wanted a farm anyway. You don't like farm life.
I do have no. I think it's wonderful to lie under a tree on a hot day and let a cow kick you.
A cow?
Sure.
That's sanitary.
No, but it's your tool, sure.
No. By the way, what kind of a cow have you? A heifer cow?
I mean, what?
I say, what kind of a cow have you? A heifer cow?
A heifer cow? Well, I got a whole cow. I got a whole flock of cows.
No.
I just got one. I got a flock.
No, you don't understand. Not flock. Herd.
Heard what?
Herd of cows.
Sure, I heard a cow.
No, I mean a cow herd.
Well, if I care for cow herd, I just say not to be ashamed.
All right. About cows. I'm not in the mood.
Well, that's what mood?
A cow mood.
Who cares if it's cow mood? Hey, it's moving. For me, it comes to milk time.
No, dog says you don't know how to milk a cow.
Who don't? You don't. One time I milked 1,000 cows with my left hand.
What? Milk with your left hand?
That's my own cow hand.
No. What else have you got on your farm? Have you any bees?
Bees? Sure, I got a whole herd of bees.
Now, there you go again. It isn't herd of bees. It's swarm.
What?
It's swarm.
Why don't you take your coat off?
No. Silly ass. How much honey does your bees get?
They don't give any, but I'm satisfied.
You're satisfied? What good are bees if they don't give honey?
They speak my mother-in-law.
I'd like to see that farm of yours.
All right, I got a picture of the place. Here,
Let me see.
those two houses. One is the barn and the other one is my house.
Which one is the house?
The one with the horse looking out through the window.
Your farmhouse can't be fit to live in with a horse in it.
I have to take good care of that horse.
What do you mean?
He's a racehorse.
What's that got to do with it?
Me and Charlie McCarty bought it. He owns half and I own half.
Which half does Charlie own?
The half they can catch the oats. I don't want to talk about my half.
Why not?
The long tail.
All right, forget it. Charlie?
I don't get it either.
No, look, if Charlie's going to be the horse, then he'll have to buy the horse's fodder.
Why should he buy the horse's fodder? We got one horse already.
No, you don't understand. Charlie puts the horse's fodder in a bag and hangs it on your horse's nose.
Now, ain't our horse gonna look funny with his fodder hanging on his nose?
Your horse eats his fodder.
What, we got a cannibal?
No, strictly not.
What does the horse's fodder eat?
His fodder.
What do you know?
Yeah.
And what does the horse's fodder eat?
Her fodder.
It's getting worse all the time. They just keep picking on the old man. I get it. This is Father's Day.
I know. If Charlie feeds the horse, and what do you do?
I keep the horse clean.
Oh, you're the horse's groom.
Now, we catch them. Now the guy's going to be married to the horse.
You curry the horse.
I curry him. He's big enough for one. Got a fork. And after all, we're going to run him in a big race. How a hefty?
In other words, you're going to run him in a dirt.
He's going to look good in the derby. We can't get over here.
No. I'm trying to find out about your horse. Is he a mother?
How can he be a mother? Ain't a she always a mother?
Certainly not. Sometimes he makes a better mother than a she.
Has it? Suppose a mama horse has a little horse. Don't that make her a mother?
Well, now that depends on her feet.
My horse is feeling okay. Outside of, lips a little with his front leg.
I see he's having trouble with the forelegs.
I just said he only lips on his two front legs.
Well, Costello, your horse's forelegs are in front.
What is those things in back?
You understand? Your horse has forelegs in front and hind legs in back.
Four legs in front and hind legs in back. What I got? A centipede? Now, Abbott, don't try to tell me about my horse. I know more about it than you do. I got him right there in the house.
Oh, wait, you want to be ashamed of yourself. Your wife worked hard to help you buy this little farm. Now that she has a home of her own, you deliberately inconvenience her by letting her sleep in the house with a horse.
Oh, the horse is clean?
Never mind that.
Well, that's tough.
You should be. You've got a nice big stable in the backyard, haven't you?
Yes. You have a nice clean stall with plenty of fresh drawer on the floor? Yes. Well, what's wrong with you? I don't know. Well, take a tumble yourself. I'm sorry after doing all those things. Well, what's wrong? What is I didn't realize what I was doing. I just loved the horse. And you shouldn't do it. After all, it was a nice clean stall with plenty of fresh straw on the floor. There's plenty of it out there. And it's a nice big clean stable. Certainly it is. I'll fix the whole thing up. What are you going to do? I'll let my wife sleep in the stable. Go!
Abbott and Costello, they did Who's On First, and then they did quite a few variations on the theme and proved themselves just perhaps the greatest masters of the pun that the English language has ever known. They really orchestrated puns and on all different kinds of subjects, and you've really got a fine demonstration of them. Probably the best I've heard on one album, in a new album called simply Who's On First. Now, Who's On First, of course, has been reissued many times, but this one has a different take of Who's On First than the one that we've usually played, the one you usually hear. Also that one, Costello's Farm, and the story of Moby Dick, and the Hertz You Drive routine. You can imagine all the puns they get into on the word Hertz, and you drive, no, I drive, you know. Abbott and Costello on radio, Who's On First, that's a new album. Happy to play it for you on the Dr. Demento Show. Tom Waits live in the studio, he's right here, and he'll be on mic in just a moment on KMET.
Well, I could let you hear part of that, but you wouldn't hear very much, so I'm going to skip over to a couple of these extra songs that Tim Ryan so kindly put on here. Ready?
Dear little Abner, this is Daisy May. And though you don't listen to a word I say, you're in danger, your life's in peril. So please take advice from the satisfiers and Helen Carroll. Little Abner, don't marry that girl, even though she's nice as she can be. When you don't say nothing, never will she make believe you're clever, like for instance, me. Little Abner, don't marry that girl, even though she has the license fee. Would she put up with your yawning and I'd hate you in the morning, like for instance, me? Why take a chance on a new love, especially a girl you don't know? Please come back to me and your true love and the folks who miss you so. Little Abner, don't marry that girl, don't make my love for you a mockery. Though it sounds like foolish welcome, only one girl rates a yokum, and the girl is me. Hey, little Abner, have you lost your head? Marry that woman and you're better off dead. That Lena is some hyena. Your poor Daisy May's feeling broken-hearted. Oh, how she suffers. Little Abner, listen to me. Don't marry that gal. I'm the gal for you. I could have married Lonesome Polecat, or Earthquake Magoon, or even Available Jones. Can't you get it through that big, beautiful, handsome, manly, muscular head of yours that it's you I love? And if you marry that gal, I'll go mad, do you hear? Mad, mad, mad! Your favorite pig, little Salome, says since you're gone things ain't so homey. Moonbeam McSwine said if you will be mine, she'd take a shower within the hour. Little Abner, don't please, how can you do this to Daisy May? If you go through with this wedding, Daisy May bash your head in. Little Abner, don't marry that girl, if you know what's good for you, and I think you do. Little Abner, don't marry that girl.
lick the guy that says tain't so. Tain't so. We saw Satan when he looked the garden o'er. We saw Eve and Adam driven from the door. From behind the bushes peeping, saw the apples they were eating, and we'll swear we're the guys that ate the core. We saw Jonah when he was within the whale, and we thought he'd never live to tell the tale. But old Jonah eating garlic, and he gave the whale a colic, so he coughed him up and let him out of jail. Out of jail.
All right. I already gave you your 3, Chad. Pulled in the driveway right when it turned 7:43, and I thought, oh, am I going to be able to park in time? But, of course, the expert driver I am, I did it. So, deuces. Peace out. Peace to you out. IBC root bear out. 10-4 over and out. Boy! 7:44 and out. Click.